folk, man? What's good with your business is, man? It's your boy Deep Take 3 the Boom BZ. I'm back at you with another Boxing Talk podcast. Boxing Talk 168. Ain't no split tires about this G thing. I'm just finna go in this bitch. You did. What it do with the folk? What's up, H Money? What it do? Steve Bryan in the building. Deuce. What it do with the folk? Reaper Gang in the building. What's up, Nick? First lady in the building. What it do, Nick? What it do with the folk? Just wanted to do a live real quick, talk some good boxing talk, man, with y'all. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on, man. It's some fights coming up. We got Selecki and Jaime. We got Conor Benn and Vargas this weekend. I mean, we got some scraps. We got some scraps coming up, and you know, it's only fair that I touch on them a little bit. Give y'all my take on what I think about them. You know what I'm saying? We got some scraps coming up, though. You know what I'm saying? We got Andrade versus Liam Williams coming up. You know what I'm saying? We got some scraps. We got some scraps coming up, man. I will touch on Conor Benn, right? Real fast, right? I think Conor Benn is going to be one of the most underrated fighters over there in the UK. The reason why I say that is because looking at his last few fights recently, Conor Benn is a really good fighter. Really, really good. He got head move. He got a lot of tangibles that a lot of people over here in America say that a lot of those fighters over in the UK don't have. And Conor Benn is one of those fighters over there in the UK that has a lot of those tangibles that are useful, that he could bring over here to America and bring that skill set and get the fans over here in America to give him some love too. So I think Conor Benn is a good fighter over there in the UK that would transition very well over here into the US fan base. I really do. I think Conor Benn would be perfect for that. Excuse me, clean the camera real fast. Unclear real quick. What do I think of Deontay Wilder room to be fighting another bum? Wilder, that's what Wilder do. He gonna fight bums. That's what he does. There's nothing I can do about, Wilder's opponent selection. He gonna fight. He not gonna fight the top of the top. I thought he was gonna fight Charles Martin. Now he's not fighting Charles Martin. So I ain't worried about Wilder no more. Wilder is not a champion. He's not doing nothing. I think Lubin is gonna win that fight. Of another belt, for what? For who? What's up, Chan Smoke? For who? Why? I mean, not why. I know why. You want more money. It's the problem with motherfuckers that got money. They want more of it. They can't never have enough of it. That's the problem with motherfuckers today. They get money and then all of a sudden they want to put more shit out. Wilder not gonna fight Dillian White. What up, Lo? Yeah, I'm going to touch on Canelo, Saunders. I got y'all today, baby. I got y'all. We going to cook today. I got a little time on my hands. But I do think Erickson Lubin, I think skill-wise, he's just going to box circles around Jazion Rosario. I think he's just going to box circles around him. You know what I mean? And first off, what is the date? H Money. I see you saying that Erickson Lubin and Rosario is going to be on the undercard of Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. But I haven't seen. Do you have a date, a venue for me? I need a date and a venue. Selecki pulled out due to injury. God, we finna cook today. I need a date, time, and venue. Give me that. That's what I need. But Selecki pulled out due to injury. So who they gonna fill in for Selecki to fight Jaime? Because I thought Selecki was a pretty game opponent for Jaime. I really do. I think Selecki is a very game opponent for Jaime. I said I was finna speak on that shit on Deuce's live stream the other night, actually. But I didn't really go deep into that shit too much. But I do think Selecki is a very good prime opponent for Jaime Munguia. Okay. We're going to see. But we need to see a date, time, and a venue, bro. Like, I get it, but I want to know what's the date, what's the time, what's the venue, like what we got rolling. I don't want to just say it's on the undercard and then I start pushing that, and then it becomes a narrative type of thing. I don't want to push no narratives like that. Canelo Saunders. I'm gonna say this. Canelo Saunders is the fight. So people that made little comments, Terrence Crawford, that made little comments about Canelo don't fight black fighters and all that, and he has a problem with the black fighter style and movers and all that. This fight with Billy Joe Saunders, watch the narrative that's been turned. They're going to take this fight and say, well, because Saunders has a black style because he's a mover. He doesn't sit still. He don't stay in one place. He's moving around all the time. So they're going to use the narrative of Billy Joe Saunders' style. And they're going to say, based on how Canelo does against Billy Joe Saunders' style, that since he beats him, however he beats him, they're going to say that Canelo doesn't have problems with that style. And they're going to use Billy Joe Saunders as that example. So the narrative of Canelo don't like fighting movers and moving around and all that, they finna try to kill that narrative with this Billy Joe Saunders fight. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Watch when Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders. Now Canelo could fight movers, and the rumor about him fighting black fighters. Watch, all that shit's going to be said. It's all going to come out. Watch what I tell you. I would love to get Kevin Cunningham on the show, bro. If you can work some magic, I'll love it for you. I got a lot of love for you, H Money. If you can make that happen, all good. Canelo ducked Demetrius. A lot of fighters ducked Demetrius Andrade. The same thing. Let me tell you something. The same motherfucking thing that they doing to Demetrius Andrade, doing to Terrence Crawford. Same thing. Motherfucker went up. Demetrius Andrade went so far as went to the nigga press conference. Jermell Charlo. He went to you niggas press conferences to call you niggas out. Called you niggas out to your face. Danny Jacobs called you niggas out to your face. In front of God and everybody. It's on film. Won't fight him. Then you got these punk ass YouTubers that want to talk about who is Demetrius Andrade for? Demetrius Andrade ain't fought. Ain't nobody trying to fight him. How the fuck you gonna fight somebody when the motherfuckers that you consider to be somebody ain't trying to fight you? And that's where you at in your career, to where I'm either fighting these dudes or I'm gonna have to fight some lower tier caliber opponent. Because the motherfuckers I want that's technically top level, they ain't want no smoke. I sent you the link, nigga. God damn it. Sent your ass a link. There go one link. 2 link. I sent you 3 link. 3 link, dudes. I sent 3 link. 1 link. 2 link. 3 link. There it is, right here. 1 link. 2 link. 3 link. You got 3 links, nigga. Bring your ass here. 3 link. I don't want to hear this shit. I sent you 3 link. I sent 3 link, nigga. And you no touch 3 link. Now you say 10 link again. I sent 3 more. Don't ask for no more link. I sent 3. But anyway, like I was saying, the shit that they say about Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade is bro. Can. What's up, Deuce?
What's up with it?
What to do with the folk? What's your take on this Andrade shit, bro? I mean, maybe you got a different take than I do, but I just feel like they treating Andrade just like they treating Crawford. They just did it a lot sooner for Andrade. But anyway, what you think, bro?
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of niggas done duck Demetrius Andrade, but here's the thing, right? Like I said, when I was making, when I was doing Nightmare on Meat Street and all of that shit, when I was making the videos and the cuts about people ducking them and stuff, the Charlos and all of that. Well, people people tend to switch their narrative and stuff like that. It seemed like when he jumped out there and started saying weird shit about Canelo, you know, the energy started shifting on him. When he didn't take that fight and said he wouldn't fight him without a crowd on some take it or leave it shit. But if you look at the recent history of individuals who fought Canelo, them shit's been on 5-week notices. Them shits done had belts slid in on the last minute. It's kind of like if you're fighting Canelo and you don't have no type of status, it's going to be on some take it or leave it shit at some hella disadvantage type shit. So maybe that's why he didn't want to do it. But everybody just jumped on his back. My thing is, everybody know this dude been avoided, man. My thing is, you can't make a case. Like, I can't defend when you don't have one name on that jump where we can make a case for it. So that's just my only gripe with Demetrius. If he had some name on his record where you can make a case and say, like, yo, okay, well, this individual and this individual might abduct you, but what about Sergey Derevyanchenko? What about Idias Landry Lara? What about other individuals where you could have forcefully, Danny Jacobs, forcefully put yourself in a situation to where you could have had a belt to where people could have, you know, because some people are going to need that, regardless of what skill set seem like, because, you know, you get exposed in the ring. So people going to want to identify with you fighting somebody, bro. So it's kind of hard to back somebody when you say, like, well, he ain't fought nobody. Well, he doesn't have nobody credible for real. And when it comes down to it, you know, there's been excuses made on opportunities that seem to have present themselves at some point in time. But it don't take away from what Jamel or Jamal or anybody else did, you know, because he is avoided.
Yeah. I get that. He do need at least like one decent name. He hasn't really fought one decent name. That's why I said, like, Danny Jacobs will fight you. He'll get in there with just about anybody. I didn't see him calling out Danny Jacobs, and Danny was campaigning at 60 and 68. I didn't see him try to get that fight. You know what I mean? I get the Charlos. I get why you want to fight them because they're popular. You know what I mean? But there are other fighters out there that have credible names, like, you know, like Danny Jacobs. But he did get the Billy Joe fucked up. Billy Joe, he had got the fight with Billy Joe. Billy Joe fucked that up.
He ducked him. Billy Joe, because Billy Joe didn't. Right. You were saying exactly what I was about to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Deuce.
No, you were saying exactly what I was about to say. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I get it, but then at the same time, you know, we still do need to see that Liam Smith.
It's a good fight,
but I feel like it's a stylistically it's like tailor made for him. Stylistically, it's tailor made for him. I want to see him in a tougher fight. But
believe it or not, though, a lot of people have this are of the opinion, that Liam Williams has a much better chance than what we would believe. You know, some people are saying, credible people are saying that Liam Williams could potentially beat Demetrius Andrade. Like, a lot of people have a disdain for Demetrius Andrade's fighting style. And I think that's a little disingenuous and unfair. But like I said, I think it goes beyond who Demetrius is as a fighter. I think it always goes back to, okay, if you haven't had an individual that gives your name some form of substance, we don't really want to hear what you got to say, you know, even though, because there's going to be people out there who are going to, you know, who got a completely different agenda than his, especially when you keep trying to push on the PBC side for that fight right there. It's like, okay, how long can you push for it? And even if you're in the right, you know that fan base and the particular people that follow them, they're never going to get off of the fact that they don't care what the truth really is on your side, because they're going to favor them. So you would have to like all of that time you wasted with the PBC, you should have fought some, like, I don't care, like some top 5, top 10 contender with some form of relevance, man. Because that's just what it boils down to with him, man. People just like, it's all of this tall, dark, and handsome. It's all of this, you know, oh, I'm not willing to fight unless I'm fighting this guy. But at the same time, you got to give Demetrius his respect too, because he tried to fight Triple G. Triple G chose to fight Steve Rose. He wanted to fight Billy Joe Saunders. He popped dirty. He didn't want to go back to the fight. It's a lot of situations where Demetrius Andrade just. But then again, once again, it don't make excuses for your whole career with no name that we can mention for you.
Yeah, we should have at least one. At least one. At least one. It don't hurt to have at least one. I mean, and since he's not getting that one fight, and then we got this Canelo Saunders fight, like I was saying before earlier, like that's the fight that's the narrative where they're gonna push to say that Canelo can fight black fighters or a moving style. That's gonna be that narrative they finna pull with that bullshit. I already see what's coming with that. I already know. What you think about Conor Benn and Vargas though this weekend, cut?
It's a good step up fight.
I already know that Vargas is gonna get his ass beat by Ben though. I think Ben gonna put tips on.
But it's the type of fight that Conor Benn needs. You know, it's definitely the type of win that's gonna get his name more respect. So, you know, and then I just think it's just on pace for what, you know, Conor needs to do. I mean, he's got a lot of appeal, you know what I'm saying? He got a look, you know what I mean? His name already has respect, and you know, he walking his own way. So I mean, I like the fight. I like both of the fights that's on this weekend. I like Ben versus Vargas, and I like Lipinets versus Boots too. I think both of those fights, they're in the type of they right in the lane they need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What's up, Iron Khan? What to do with the folk?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, DT3 and Two Hands?
What's poppin', bro?
I see you had something to say about Boo Boo Andrade. What's your take on Andrade, bro?
Nah, my thing is, you know, I find people, you know, bring up a lot of excuses when they're talking about Demetrius, right? The first thing they'll tell is, oh, you know, he ducked 154. One of the charges at 154, and that was at how much years ago? But it's weird how people forgive drug cheats for popping dirty, and that's cool, and they forgive it, and it's all good, and they support them all in the career. But Demetrius Andrade don't get the same benefit when it comes to now. He's at 160 now, and you got Triple G saying no, Charlo saying no. Yeah. Billy Joe Saunders pissed hot, then said no. And it's like, and if you believe Demetrius Andrade, he said on an interview that Canelo turned down an extra $5 million to fight him. So it's like, how is it that Demetrius Andrade continues to get all this hate, but the people who are saying no to him are not getting the same heat as him, who's trying to get these fights to happen? I mean, you have clips from Ronnie Shields. I played it on my little stream. Ronnie Shields is saying, oh, you know, Charlo won't fight David Benavidez because he don't bring nothing to the table. He ain't got no belt. But before that, he said Demetrius Andrade don't bring nothing to the table. He has a belt in the same division. And it's like, at which point do people start dishing out the same heat and saying, yo, what do y'all got to fight Andrade, right? Triple G over at the Zone, in my opinion, the worst investment in current boxing history. Because he ain't give the Zone no returns on their money. No returns on their money. You know what I'm saying? And he's over there, and he's, I mean, I have an interview from, what's his trainer, Jonathan Banks? When Jonathan Banks said he told Triple G to fight Andrade, not to fight Sergey. And Triple G said, no, I'll fight Sergey. So it's like, what's all this? So you have people blatantly turning down Demetrius Andrade, just saying no. Why? I'm no boxing guru, but I'm going to ask y'all, why is it all these top names that people want Demetrius to fight? He's trying to fight them. They keep saying no, but people keep shitting on Andrade.
Because I said this like a couple of days ago, Iron Khan, right? I said, Joe, there's such a level of favoritism that people really don't think but beneath the surface of what's really going on with these fan bases and some of these channels. It fits an agenda. Like, you know, I said it goes back to schoolyard, or it comes to training in your gym, sparring with certain individuals. You know who gives you a problem. So you can sit here and say whatever you want to say, but it's a proven fact that if you know this guy is a problem, regardless of whatever your mouth say, then why aren't you getting in the ring with him? So it just goes to show even their fans will block it and say, oh, Demetrius Andrade needs to do this and do that, when clearly they ducking him because he is a problem. I don't care what you say. If you call the guy boring and you say he's this and that, I look at it as a form of avoidance. So
I mean,
He's one of
that's
the
fact.
most avoided fighters out here, bro.
So then how is it people saying he needs the career-defining fight? Okay, he's trying to get the career-defining fight, but all the career-defining fights are turning him down. And it's like, it's just a vicious cycle where in boxing, you're allowed to, some people say there's something called strategically ducking somebody, but I'm not seeing what Charlo is strategically doing
But
because he don't have no fight
strategically
plan.
ducking? There's a strategy? There's a ducking for dummies out here?
Yeah, I've heard people say,
There
you can duck
is
somebody,
Mhm.
but
The
it's
devil
not that
is
they
a
don't.
liar. That a
That's what they told
bitch.
me.
Yeah, like I've said, there's a certain level of, people use certain things to duck people and stuff like that. Like there's certain ways, like you'll hear certain redundant sayings over and over again because it's just a certain way in avoidance. Or most of the time, fighters don't even really have to say much because their fans are so pro fighter instead of pro progression of the sport that they'll go ahead and bodyguard the fight for them where they don't even have to really do much. So it's just like, it is what it is. My whole thing is we living in an era to where you have to combat narratives because even within what's the truth, you're still going to have to fight a narrative. Like we know the thing with the water bottle and all of that stuff was full of crap, but you still got to fight it, man. So it's kind of like for me, because I know Demetrius Andrade is real. I just want, man, fight whoever is somewhere credible, so they can't even use that excuse no more.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, because you're gonna have to fight narratives in this day and age, man.
Yeah, because his best opponent, his biggest name, I was looking at it right now, his biggest name is Venice Martirosyan and Selecki. Those are the biggest two names on his resume right now. I mean, you got Luke Keeler, Selecki, Akamov, Kaluna, whatever the hell his name is, Atlantis Fox, Cole Clay, Willie Nelson, Dario Fabian, Pachetta, Brian Rose, Venice Martirosyan, Freddie Hernandez, Alexis Halaros.
And you want to know the crazy thing about Venice Martirosyan is Triple G Sergey Derevyanchenko fight the first time to go and fight Venice Martirosyan just to turn around and still be Sergey Derevyanchenko again the following year and got hands put all on him in the fight.
Yeah.
While he was trying to duck Demetrius Andrade. See, that's just karma, man. You thought you was taking an easier way out and you end up running into somebody that was real. And Sergey wasn't willing to just lay over and die. You should have fought Andre. At least that would have had a unification attached. It would have had a belt attached to it. Shit.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. No doubt. But it's just, okay, my question is, right, if Andre beats Liam Williams and says, you know what, after Canelo beats up Billy Joe Saunders, and he says, you know what, I'm going to move up to 168 and exercise my mandatory right via the WBO rules. My question is, the 160 belt becomes vacant. Does a PBC guy now go and fight for that belt?
No. They don't recognize the WBO, so I highly doubt somebody who at 160 on the PBC side going to go get that belt. I don't see that happening. Maybe you might see a top-ranked dude slide over there. But who does Bob Arum got at 160 that's major on Top Rank? Nobody. I think Triple G go after that belt.
See, so all of a sudden, no. If Demetrius lets it go, because he did say when he let go the 150, the 154 belt. I don't know if it's true. I wasn't watching him them times. He said when he let go the 154 WBO belt, they immediately Canelo fought for it. Is that true?
When who let go of the 54 belt?
Demetrius said when he had the 154 WBO belt, nobody wanted to fight. But as soon as he let it go and became vacant, Canelo fought for it.
Let's look it up. We can look it up right now. He fought for WBO, super welterweight. He fought Martirosyan for it. He had it all the way up until till March 11th, 2017. So let's see when Canelo got it. We're gonna look at this shit right now. right now. We're gonna see when did Canelo get the 54 belt? When did he get it? And look at that shit right now. Hold up. Let's check this shit out. Hold up. Canelo Alvarez. When did he become world welterweight, super welterweight? Looking it up. Hold up. Yeah. Andrade lost the belt. Well, didn't lose it, but he let it go. Yep. March 11th of 2017. Canelo. Where is that? I just saw it. Yep, 2017. No, that was 2015. Hold up. Wrong date. It's the middle. 2017. Shoot right away. Nope, he had it in. Canelo got the he won the super welterweight belt from Carlos Baltimore. Luciano Lano Canelo on August 10th, 2010. So he had it before Demetrius Andrade.
Well, so I heard him say. So I don't know if that's true. But anyway,
that's just based on what BoxRec say. Because Demetrius Andrade had won it. He won it in 2013. That's when he won it. He won it from Venez Martirosyan in 2013. He vacated in 2017.
Well, somebody in the chat said he got it against Liam Smith, sorry.
Let me check.
That's what they say. I don't know. Anyway, all I'm saying is,
yeah, I thought didn't Canelo fight Liam Smith for the WBO?
Yes, sir, he did. He fought him for the WBO super welterweight title at AT&T Stadium in 2016, September 17th.
And all I'm saying is somebody got to fight Andre. I don't want to hear all these people talking about he's too small and he's too boring and all this. Y'all say he.
Wait, you said the WBO, Cole? You said the WBO?
Yeah, the WBO.
My bad. That was WBC. My fault. WBC. Yeah, he was the king of WBC for a minute. Yes, you are correct. I am staying corrected. Yes, after Andrade vacated, Canelo swooped his ass right on in and took that bitch. Yep.
Like I stated, look at any fighter that Eddie Reynoso has. Look at Eddie Reynoso with Canelo track record. You cannot tell me that both of the times Canelo looked less than regular, were against slick boxer punchers who were highly proficient in the science. Floyd Mayweather, he lost. Lara, I don't care what nobody say, he lost. He has not went back to it since. You can't put that shit like Austin Trout, that ain't his style. James Kirkland, that ain't his style. 40-year-old Shane Mosley, come on now. Like, come on now. These dudes, they don't box like that. So what I'm saying is I'm so used to seeing Eddie Reynoso and Canelo box inside their comfort zone. You know what I mean? So it just shows. It just shows. They don't go rushing back to that slick style. So I'm just saying, for me, I like Canelo. I think he's a good fighter. But you can't call yourself the greatest fighter when you clearly duck that type of work.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's just like what Kong said. I mean, Demetrius Andrade let the belt go in 2013, then Saul Canelo swooped his ass up in there 3 years later in 2016 to fight Liam Smith for the WBO strap. So, yeah, Kong, you correct on that. He didn't want no parts of Andrade when Andrade had that strap at 54. No parts.
Hey, man. Man, thanks for having me on. I just want to give that little 2 cents to y'all about this Andrade thing. I think the man gets a lot of hate for no reason. And
Well, we gotta think where. Go ahead, my bad.
yeah, man, I just want support y'all, show I think y'all doing a good job, and I listen in the chat.
I appreciate you, brother. And see, we
Good
got to
looking,
think
bro.
about where that come from too, y'all. Like that comes from where did this whole boxer puncher shit become born? That shit came out of Abel Sanchez's mouth.
Black
Why would it
fighters
come out?
boring.
Why would it come out of a guy? Why would it come out of a guy's mouth like that? Because all of the only style he teaches is punch drunk.
Mm-hmm. So
Crash test dummy. So, all they teach is sock and boppers over there.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll call that shit the Mexican style, all heart and bravery and shit like that, just to get punched the fuck up, punch drunk, and look absolutely crazy in the in the later years of your life.
Have a full career. Your career over in 2 to 5 years.
But slick boxing and being proficient in your defense and all of that, it makes for a boring style. Man, Demetrius Andrade isn't boring. If you getting smacked around round by round, a dude drops you, he's known to drop dudes in the early round and then just box beautifully off the back foot and just beat you round by round. It's not like this dude loses a lot of freaking rounds. People just can't deal with the fact is they would rather see a person go out and slug, risk it all, put themselves in a position to get clipped and lose it all than to go out there and just win the fight. Like I don't understand it. Like don't
make no sense to me either. What's up, Ain't Money? What you do with the phone?
Yo, what's good, y'all? How's my audio? DT is good.
You smooth.
Do I got an echo or I'm good?
A little bit. It's a little echo.
Damn. I'm probably switch my device. I'll be right back.
You good? You good? You good?
Yeah, I just wanted to cook on this Demetrius Andrade situation, man. I think the Demetrius Andrade, he has some of the best skills in boxing. To be honest with you, he just needs that dance partner. Now we know that Billy Joe Saunders, he was supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade, and I felt like that was the credible opponent that he needed. Now we know Billy Joe Saunders pulled out the fight after testing positive for steroids. So what is this man supposed to do? Now we know that Triple G has ducked fighters in the past. We know Triple G wanted no smoke with Andre Ward. We all know that. And now Triple G don't want no smoke with Demetrius Andrade. Canelo didn't want that fight. Now they had an opportunity to have an undisputed fight with Demetrius Andrade and Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez turned down the undisputed fight with Demetrius Andrade to go fight a washed up Kovalev. I mean, not to take nothing away from Kovalev, but we know he wasn't the crusher anymore. We know that wasn't the same Kovalev that fought against Andre Ward. So I just feel like Charlo should be trying to make this fight happen. We know Eddie Hearn offered Charlo $7 million to face Andrade, and Charlo wouldn't even take the fight. We know Charlo wouldn't even respond to the offer. We know Charlo never sent him a counter offer back. So why is everybody avoiding this kid Andrade? I got the reason why, because Andrade, he's been in truth since the amateurs. He beat Keith Thurman in the amateurs. He beat Daniel Jacobs in the amateurs. He beat Sean Porter. He beat all the top guys. Now he's a 3-time champion in 2 different weight classes, and he can't find a fight. So that's all. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that.
Yo, you on point. You can't deny what the truth really is, man. And the people are always going to try to make it seem like, is that me with the echo? That's got to be me.
Yeah, I think that's you, because I'm on mute.
Let me see if I got YouTube open or some shit over here.
That's me too. Y'all was good until I came. That's me. I'm on mute though. Keep going.
Oh, and so that should be my shit. Is it still echoing? All right, cool.
No, you good?
Yeah. All right, yeah. I was just saying, like, motherfuckers already know what it is, man. And like, when you got favoritism for a dude, yo, it's so easy for you to coddle for him. We gotta understand, man. That whole Canelo backing and shit like that, niggas is drunk as fuck off this dude, man. They not gonna tell the truth about what it really is. You go up there, like you said, you fight a 37-year-old dude instead of Go up undisputed. Hey, that's on you, man. Like it's no. I've said it several times. He avoids the style, man. He don't want no smoke with the style. He don't.
And they're gonna
you
use
can't
Billy
say
Joe to say he do. Watch.
And you can't say Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant is what the
There you
style
go.
look like. They are a
There you go.
I said this last week. I said I know they're gonna try to do that, but we already know if anybody is going to put their money on this fucking fight, you're never gonna bet on Billy Joe Saunders or Caleb Plant. Never. So don't say it's a 50-50 fight.
I don't think either of them got the chin or the body to deal with Canelo. I don't think they're going to be able to deal with him 12 rounds because Khalid showed that he a little chinny when Uzakai was touching him up. And if Uzakai could touch you up, I know Canelo going to touch you up. And we already know Billy Ho is sensitive to the body. And we know Canelo is going to dig deep to the body. So I think he's going to get him out of there to the body. So I just stylistically, bro, they going to really try to push that narrative that because he beats a Billy Joe or a Khalid Plant, that he can now compete with the black fighters of today. Now,
all I'm saying is just tell me I'm wrong.
The mystique of how he lost to Floyd and shit and Laura.
Tell me I'm wrong. He lost to Floyd. He lost to Laura, regardless of what the, you know what I'm saying, the bunk ass card said. Shoot, pretty much, you know, you got 5 freaking catchweights, and some of your most career defining fights. Then you even 6 catchweights. No, that's 5 catchweights at a ghost of 155. Then at a ghost 168, you fought Julio Cesar Chavez at 164. So
we talking about
that's a total of 6.
People. He talking about Alfredo Angulo, James Kirkland, Miguel Cotto, Amir Khan, Liam Smith, and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
And Laura.
Catchweights. All catchweights.
He's responsible for this whole 155 ghost division. Like I said, 168. He wasn't fighting guys at 168. You fighting them at 164 fucking pounds. Like, then when you fought Triple G, you definitely got schooled in the first fight, came back, and then everybody, for you barely getting past that test, everybody gave you all of this praise for it. So I'm just saying, where do y'all put so much separation in between this character when he has just shown you definitively through his career that this dude, that they move and do weird shit for this dude. He tests dirty. They move weird weights around for him. They do all types of stuff for this dude. He get janky cards. You have to knock him out to beat him. Like, so if you're a fighter, at the same time when everybody says, yo, you know you got to knock Canelo out to beat him. If you know that, then why are you going to jump in the ring with an individual and take all of these type of disadvantages and ruin, you know, take an O out of your paycheck if you're not going out, if you know you ain't going, if you don't know you're not going to knock this dude out.
And they know.
Because he's a good fighter, yo. You can't go out there and say you're going to knock Canelo out. He can fight. It's not like he can't fight. It's just that, like, yo, all we saying is peep the bullshit. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Because I know James Kirkland knew he wasn't going to knock him out. I knew Miguel Cotto knew he wasn't going to knock him out. Amir Khan knew he wasn't going to knock him out. Liam Smith knew he wasn't going to knock him out. Hell, Julio Cesar Chavez knew when he signed the contract, I ain't finna knock this nigga. I'm just going to stand there in the ring with him for the whole fight. I'm not going to throw no punches. I'm pretty much going to do a Yoel Romero before Yoel Romero.
Then look at the Austin Trout fight, and then you tell me that Demetrius Andrade can't go in there and give him problems?
They don't want that smoke, bro. They don't want none of that smoke. I mean, you even fought Josecito Lopez, Shane Mosley.
You fought Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley was 40 fucking years old.
Man was like 50.
And don't forget about the great defensive fighter Alfredo Angola that he faced as well. He was such a great defensive fighter.
No, he was awesome. He was great. Angulo, James Kirkland, those were the most defensively sound fighters Canelo could have ever fought in life.
He catch weight Alfredo Angulo. Like, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up, man. But when motherfuckers be like, yo, you supposed to respect this greatness. I'm tired of hearing people say this and say that. It's like, yo, I say this all the time. Okay, respect to his activity. But once again, like I was saying yesterday, a bar has been set in boxing. If you're not meeting that bar, bro, I got to pull you up on it. Man, Canelo is not reaching that bar, man. He not. Period.
I want to say this real quick before my phone died. At the end of the day, we know that Triple G ducked Andre Ward. We know that Andre Ward caught them Little G, caught them out to a fight plenty of years ago, and Triple G wanted no smoke. And matter of fact, Andre Ward said he was willing to move down in weight to meet him at a catch weight. And I remember Floyd Mayweather saying, why not Triple G move up and go fight Andre Ward? And Triple G was scared as fuck. And now, why all of a sudden all the black fighters get called boring, but when Tyson Fury does the same thing as a black fighter, he gets praised? What's his name? Lomachenko does the same thing, try to fight slick and be defensive, and they saying he's such a wizard. But when Devin Haney, Demetrius Andrade, and Andre Ward did the same thing, oh, they're not good fighters. They're boring. Come on, man, that's some bullshit, bro.
I've been saying it. And even Ray Charles can see it, dog. Like I said, man, as soon as Lomachenko came in the picture, motherfuckers was calling him better than Floyd Mayweather and said there was no way possible for Teofimo Lopez to ever beat Lomachenko in a Philly shell. What did Lomachenko get beat by? The Philly shell. So if you get beat by the Philly shell, you get beat by Teofimo weak ass Philly shell. What you think Floyd Philly shell going to do to him?
Exactly. Man, if Floyd don't even come at you with the shell, that motherfucker come at you with the high guard, and then he'll catch you when you being hella offensive and just got you, bitch. That's cute. And Loma southpaw.
Stop talking about Loma now.
It's not easy to do the Philly shell on a southpaw. Everything is right there. So
all
if you ain't with a Philly shell or south, bruh.
All I'm saying is this, bro. People gotta stop being so quick to want to motherfucking put all types of titles on dudes that ain't even there yet. Give it time. It's like, yo, if you're not realistic about what you see with fighters already, it's like, yo, we never gonna really be able to have any type of common ground in a conversation or get any type of results that we want. And that's for real.
Because people don't look at their actual skill set. They just look at what they've done in one fight. They don't actually look at the resume. They don't look at the body of work. They just see, Deontay Wilder knocked someone out. This guy's the pound for pound best. Nah, he's not. You know, that's what we're quick. That's what fans are very, very quick to do. They don't look at the skill set. They don't look at the things. You know, they don't look at the resumes. They just look at the one fight, and that's it.
Yeah, Tank Davis, perfect example. He a star, bro. We need to understand something. Tank Davis, what he's done in the sport, compared to all the Teofimos, the Lomas, you know what I'm saying? Even the Jamel Herrings, you know what I'm saying? He's a star, bro. Tank is a star. What has Tank done to be considered a star? The creme de la creme, where we want to pay to see this motherfucker fight every time he fight. We got to pay for it because he's such a star. He do so much for the sport. How is Tank Davis a bigger star than Teofimo Lopez? How is Tank a bigger star than Vasily Lomachenko? How? Where you got him and Devin Haney comparing checks and shit on Twitter. Well, I was your age, I was getting paid more. You niggas not finna fight each other. So how is Tank a star? I don't see Tank as a star. I still see Tank as a contender in the sport. In my opinion, Tank is just a contender. He ain't a star.
He's got the machine. He's got the machine that, you know, that's going to make him look a certain way. He got that money team machine to make him look like a star. Even because, like, come on, man, you put Tank in a couple other situations, it wouldn't work out the way it does. But the fact that he's with Floyd Mayweather, it's going to accelerate his stardom, his flashiness, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Where other promoters aren't going to be able to necessarily have that type of energy that Floyd gives his fighter. You know, that's just all that is. That's the Floyd effect.
But then even you said that with Floyd. Like, Floyd only got there because of his greatness, you know? is Tank really that guy? Because at the
No.
end of the day, he's still got to make a name for himself. And the only name he's really making is in the headlines for the wrong reason. So, you know, eventually, I'm thinking Floyd might just be like, what's wrong with this guy?
Like, he capping for Leo Santa Cruz, cuz. Just like Ryan Garcia capping for Luke Campbell. It's like, who you be? I be Leo Santa Cruz. He 126 pounder. I'm a 130, but I be Leo Santa Cruz. And you got Ryan Garcia. I be Luke Campbell. Ain't won the world title, nothing. Ain't did shit. The nigga was a great amateur boxer, but didn't do shit as a pro. But you beat Luke Campbell. We supposed to be happy with Luke Campbell.
But Ryan Garcia is also connected with Canelo, man. All these guys are just connected with big stars already, you know? And that's what really pushes their name forward. No one really gave a damn about Ryan Garcia until we saw Canelo in the camp. You know what I mean? So that's what I think anyway.
Even Andy, I'm going to touch on Andy a little bit.
The Canelo effect.
You said what?
I said the Canelo effect. You see, when Eddie Reynoso or Canelo surrounds anyone, if Eddie Reynoso got a fighter, Canelo comes out, everybody supports him. It's like it's a trickle down effect, like a domino effect. It rubbed off on Ryan Garcia. It's going to rub off on any. You see, I rubbed off on Oscar Valdez, because anything that happens, they overinflate the greatness of whatever took place on that night. It's just like, you know, Eddie Reynoso is the greatest trainer boxing has ever seen. Oscar Valdez is officially come unbeatable for beating Miguel Burchell. You know, it's like I see it time and time again, and that's all contributed to premature gas, bro.
Premature gas, pumping these dudes up. I wonder what they gonna say when because Andy Ruiz is gonna beat Chris Arreola. We don't need to wait to see what's going to happen. We just need to see how. But he's going to beat Chris Arreola.
But boom, pay-per-view though? Like, they got some nerve, bro, to put that on pay-per-view. That just shows you how bad the business model over at the PBC is, that they can't even risk losing money on an Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola fight, so they have to put it onto the fans' pockets to cover it before they even shell it out themselves. They want the fans to pay for everything. And if you think the fans are going to pay for that, I don't know. I've never heard of an undercard being so stacked that it propels, you know, the sales of the, you know, the main event. It just doesn't happen like that. It normally trickles down from the main event and then some. But Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola, it's like, bro, we were tired of seeing Chris Arreola in the ring when he fought freaking Adam Kalinowski, and they went 12 rounds and threw slow motion punches 100 times per round. Like, we've been exhausted. So to try to charge the fans, what are they charging for that? $50 bucks? $50 for that? Man, you dude, that's bullshit, because I feel like the best fights that they have available over at the PBC, they should be giving them to the fans at $50, and something like this should be straight free 99 for real.
But no, we gotta pay for this bullshit. And guess what's gonna happen? Andy Ruiz is probably gonna beat Chris Arreola by stoppage. It's not going 12. All right, you're gonna stop him, and guess what's gonna happen? Andy Ruiz is the truth. Why? Because that Anthony Joshua win. Then he gonna look more fit in this fight, so people gonna think he's in better shape. Well, he's gonna be in better shape. People gonna think because he's in better shape, if he gets a fight with Joshua, he gonna do this, he gonna do that, and it's gonna paint that narrative. And then it's gonna go back to the narrative that Deuce was just talking about with Eddie Reynoso being so great, so this, so that. When real rap, Eddie Reynoso gets his props because Canelo is so disciplined. Because if Canelo isn't the disciplined fighter that he is, we don't know who the fuck Eddie Reynoso is. But because Canelo is such a disciplined fighter, then we look at, Eddie must be. No, a lot of this shit really is Canelo. Let's be real.
Yeah.
A lot of it is him. His dedication. 100%. What you gonna say, PJ?
Yeah, I say 100%. Like, when you look at other fighters, you've got to look at other fighters in their stable. If Eddie Reynoso was this, you know, award-winning, amazing coach, are the other fighters in his camp champions as well? You know, it's well good to say, yeah, you've got one champion, but that's a lot of that is with Canelo, like you said. And another thing about the Canelo thing, where we're obviously touching on the Canelo factor. There's one thing that I've clocked when it comes to Canelo, and people don't really see it until they've actually followed his career. It was only when he beat Lara, and I've kept saying it. People are saying it's the Mayweather fight. That's when he learned. That's when he was, the one. Nah, it was actually the Lara fight. If you watch the guy's drills after that Lara fight, you see a whole new dimension to his game. And people don't actually credit the Lara fight for that. And people don't actually credit, like you said, Canelo's discipline and willingness to learn the game.
That's it right there. And I don't think Andy got it. That Oscar do a little bit. Oscar got it, but Andy ain't got it. Andy still want to eat bad, do fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sold on Andy. Just because he getting fat count, everybody like, oh, Andy Ruiz lost all that weight, bro. Okay, cool. Let's see what he do. Let's see what he do. Because he could lose the weight, but is his diet right? Is he eating right? Because it takes more than just working out. I could work out every day of the week, have a six-pack, tight abs, fat chest, bulky arms, and eat cereal like a motherfucker. So I want to see what he going to do when he fight a high-caliber opponent. I already know he probably ain't going to fight Deontay Wilder. That fight not going to happen. I don't even think Deontay Wilder is going to fight. I don't think he going to fight again. If Deontay Wilder fights again, I'd be highly surprised. Because of all the bullshit that didn't happen. And what people need to realize, and now I'm going to say this and I'm going to let dudes go, and because I'm finna go in for a second. What people need to realize when it comes to Deontay motherfucking Wilder is that he's a joke. He's a gimmick. He's an act. He's not a real fighter. He's not. In my personal humble opinion, he's not. Because this is the perfect time for you to make your comeback. You fell off. It's not about how you fall off. It's how you make your comeback. And all I'm seeing is a bunch of talk. No action. First, it was we're not getting the trilogy with Fury because the contract ran out. Okay, then it was that bullshit. Then we hear to debunk that, oh, he finna fight Charles Martin. What happened to Charles Martin? Then we hear he gonna fight Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz fight Chris Arreola. And all we seeing is Wilder running his bitch ass 6'7" shit stain whole ass mouth. The whole ass nigga not doing shit. Nothing. So who the fuck is Wilder really gonna fight? Really? Nobody. Fuck Wilder. Punk ass, bitch ass nigga. I'm done.
You can see, Boone, that the writing is clearly on the wall for what they're trying to do with Deontay Wilder. So basically what they're trying to do right now is they're going to try to take this whole Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola situation, use that to, probably try to bring Wilder in. I suspect after the fact to try to make that fight, have Andy Ruiz call out Deontay Wilder and them set up pushing that forward, because I heard the whole plan is to make Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder pay-per-view by the end of the year, by the fall of the winter, and and put like a $90, $100 price tag on it, which I feel like, you got to be a damn fool to think that anybody is going to go rush out there to pay it. Now, I'll say this. I'll pay it just to see Deontay Wilder, potentially get pummeled. But outside of that, it's like, you can't expect fans to be rallied up for a guy who hasn't even fought in a year and some change now, and just think that he's just supposed to jump back in the situation with all of the other guys who've been putting in work. It just doesn't work like that.
And look, check this out. Wilder ain't about to do shit. He ain't gonna crack an egg at breakfast. Bitch ain't gonna bust a grape at a fruit fight. Wilder not gonna do shit. This nigga that said he was gonna freeze Dillian White, right? For 3 years. No, 2 years at the time. Ends up freezing him for damn near 3. Gets his ass beat. Now Dillian White is in position to fight the winner of AJ and Fury. And Dillian White is still calling out Wilder. Still. Dillian White don't got to fight Wilder. At this particular point, he do not have to fight that nigga. But he still want that smoke. You think Wilder gonna fight him now? He don't got no belt. He don't. Where else was Wilder got to go? You don't got the Charles Martin fight. You're not finna fight Andy Ruiz because stylistically, that's a bad matchup for you. That's a terrible matchup for you. So you're not finna fight him. So who you gonna fight? Who you gonna fight? Dillian White been wanting to whoop your ass since Jesus was a pup.
Yeah. He only has a bunch of highlights now. That's it. Yeah. But then if I was Al Heyman, and I hope Al Heyman you're watching this, I would keep Ruiz and Deontay Wilder away from each other so you can make as much money from the heavyweight division as possible. Because the moment you do get those two fighting and Wilder loses or Ruiz loses, that's one of your income streams gone. So if it was me, I would do what Eddie Hearn is doing with AJ and Dillian White right now, fight everybody else but each other so they can at least get some kind of money for another 2 or 3 years.
Right. How are you going to sell Wilder, though? How are you going to sell him? Aside from just the right hand, because how you going to sell him? How?
At this point, you could sell all of the hate and the disdain and the infamy that comes along with his name, because I think that's the only thing that I think they're banking off selling, because it's not people, the Deontay Wilder, people are going out there to spend their money on. I think at this point, people just would be happy just to witness him getting his ass kicked. And I think a lot of people are just, even his own fans are just so done with him. And I think they capitalizing off of that, because if you just look at the energy around everything that he's already done, people are still kind of enamored with his presence. They still want to, tune in to what is Deontay Wilder. So if not for the Floyd reason, you're going to push it for a completely different reason. But for me, it's all off the back of his, his stupid ass infamy.
Mm-hmm. And that's all PBC going to do. I see you blood boxing. What to do with the phone? What's up, Ryder? Let me get to the chat real quick. I'll be fucking off on the chat, bro. What's up, Ryan? Toad? Bend over, that's a hell of a name, bro. I hope you made that shit up. Cause if your mama named you Bend over, I'm gonna have to go holler at her. It's like, why you name that?
Whole T, I never even thought of that shit. Like anytime I would say the nigga name, like that's crazy, bro. For like the past
why you
year,
name that? Why you do that man like that? You know how many kids made fun of him growing up? Your name is Ben Dover.
We got Leonard Ellaby's nose. We got there's a whole bunch of crazy names out here, man. Like.
Oh my God.
The boys is hella creative, man.
Goodness gracious. Bloodboxing says no need to match those two up, meaning Andy Ruiz and Wilder. I'm a fight fan. Don't encourage PBC to keep milking fam. Hey, bro.
I agree.
They gonna do what they do.
I agree. It's like, I despise the headlines, but you could kind of see what it's becoming. And if they've already put it out there and you could already see it falling in that same direction, this is exactly what Eddie Hearn said. Man, Wilder already signed on for a 3-fight deal, and what happened? He went and fought those exact same people that he was going to fight prior to fighting Anthony Joshua. It's just like, the PBC, like none of their fighters have dates, bro, for real. I'd be happy if Nordy and O'Bali versus Nonito Donaire actually comes off. I'd be the happiest boxing fan in the world when it comes to the PBC, just to finally be able to get that fight. Because look, man, realistically, which one of these guys have a date, man? I just tell people, man, if you can't recognize how bad it is over there, bro, just look at what they got going on. Nothing.
Hey, Heim, this is what I'm saying, and I appreciate you, blood, for that. I appreciate this comment right here, blood. I appreciate you for that. But this is what I'm saying.
I fuck with you.
I see y'all with this Tony Yoka shit. I see all y'all channels over here with the Tony Yokas and all that. I see you, Tony. But what is going to happen when you fight a top opponent? Because we do this shit every time we see these prospects coming to the game. They whooping niggas. They dogging niggas, knocking niggas out. All the shit. And then when they start fighting top level opposition, we start seeing, hey, this dude really not that good. He not as good as we think he is, or we would hyping him up to be. So I'm not finna hype up a nigga that's doing what he's supposed to do as a prospect. If he's supposed to be 6-0, 10-0, 9-0 as a prospect, cool, I got you. But I want to see
Yoka's only what?
Fighting these top dogs.
28.
Then I go from there. Then I go from there. I'm not finna jump on you because you won your first 6 to 10 fights. Nah, I see that too much in this game today. I need to see what you do when you fight a bigger name, and then I can say, oh, motherfucker is good because he fought so and so, and he was doing bop 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 bop. And then I give you a better assessment and an honest assessment that he's actually good versus just because he's knocking out.
Well, I will say this. I will say this about Tony Yoka. It's 10-0. 8 KOs. He fought Joel DeWaco his last fight for the EBU. And I do believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, his 2 fights prior to that was Christian Hammer. And who was the other dude? And he fought Johan Duhaupas. So where he's at for a 27 to 28-year-old heavyweight at 10-0, those are good names for his last 3 fights, because if you look at where Fury was and other individuals when they fought names like that, I mean, they weren't there. So, you know, Tony Yoka is on the right path, and I mean, the Frenchie, you know what I'm saying, he definitely like he's got a bright future, but to say he the next top dog, I don't know about that. Like I said, we just got to keep watching, you know, his progress, man, but he definitely is fighting the right type of people he should be fighting. Because think about it like this: Wilder didn't fight Johan Duhaupas is one of Wilder's title defenses.
Facts, big facts.
I'm not sold on Hrgovic yet. I'm not sold on Hrgovic yet.
Hrgovic is a dog. I like Hrgovic. I'm gonna lie, he the truth.
He's another one fighting names he should be at where he's at right now too. You know,
I like him. I'm not sold on him yet, but I like him. I'm not gonna shit on him.
I like Yoka. Yoka got a nice jab. He got a very good left hand, very educated. He's a very athletic, quick, slick type of fighter. But I don't know if his power is all the way there. I did see some flaws in his well, not his last performance, the performance before that one. He didn't look spectacular. I think, you know, fighting this level of opposition, he should be looking great at this point in his career. You know, to be honest, I want to get DT3's thoughts on Wilder's next opponent. Well, rumored next opponent, I believe his name is what's his name? Some dude never heard of, man. Who the fuck is this dude's name? Y'all heard about this dude?
Nah, I thought he was supposed to be potentially fighting Charles Martin, and then that shit fell apart. I ain't heard anybody else after that, but I ain't really been looking at the news.
Carlos, his name is Carlos Negron.
Carlos Negron. Isn't Carlos Negron, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat, but isn't Carlos Negron the person who Dominic Brazil fought and knocked out?
I think Dominic Brazil knocked him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that the person who Dominic Brazil fought and knocked out, the short African dude? Carlos Negron? I'm pretty sure that's who Dominic Brazil fought. So yeah, Carlos Negron ain't nothing special for real, but this is the thing about Deontay Wilder though. Anybody who puts him on the front foot that has any type of imposing weight, you know what I'm saying, could give him trouble, because we already know he ain't learned from his mistakes. So I don't know, man. Anybody that's in the ring with Wilder right now, I could say is 50-50 until he knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm a skilled dude, man, and he's just skill deficient. But Carlos Negron, he ain't nobody special, man.
But 2 times, man, there's so many fights available for Wilder. You got Dillian White calling you out. You got fighters like you know, Otto Wallin available. So why would you go for the weakest link out of all of them, bro? And like Wilder's his whole career, he's been criticized for fighting bums. And now you turn around and fight another fucking bum. So I think it's a bad look, to be honest with you, bro.
It is a bad look, because really what they doing low key is they trying to give him a confidence building fight. We don't even know who's representing Wilder as far as his coaching right now. But Wilder should not have taken that loss and then came out here and fought a guy like Carlos Negron. You got to come back and fight somebody within the top 10 so you could try to put yourself in that position to say you probably even deserve a way to fight one of these dudes. All it is we repeating history. It's Groundhog Day all over again. Wilder is right back on that same path he's already on, fighting nothing but bums, man. Carlos Negron ain't gonna get it done, man. If you beat Dominic Brazil and Dominic Brazil beat him.
And what if Wilder fuck around and lose to Carlos Negron? That'd be the worst thing that ever happened to him.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you any fighter, I don't care where you rank that on the list. All you got to do is look at what he went through with Fury and put him in that same position to put him on the back foot. I seen Johan Duhaupas do it, so I know Carlos Negron could do it.
23. Hold up. His record is 23. Hold up. 23 and no 22 and 3. That's his record.
Bro, we just seen Adrian Broner come back off a layoff, and he took an easy touch, and he almost lost to that dude. A lot of people thought Adrian Broner lost his last fight. They're gonna do the same thing. Give Wilder an easy fight, bro.
Bruh, we gotta stop. Wilder don't get no passes for this fight though. This Wilder is no longer a world champion. He's no longer like super in the public eye like that, like he was. Like you don't see Wilder making videos every other day or every other week. You don't see him all in interviews and all that shit like he used to when he had the belt. He's not talking as much. So that belt was gas. That WBC strap was nothing but gas. And now that he done ran out of that gas, he's not doing all that. I mean, dude, you finna fight fucking Carlos Negron.
Yeah, he a short little heavyweight fighter too. You know what I'm saying? He got the body type kind of like equivalent to like a cruiserweight for real. Kind of got like a Steve Cunningham kind of build.
Bruh, like you finna fight a dude that's probably tailor made to beat that for you to beat. And I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos took him into deep waters.
Yeah, because he's gonna be trying to punch down, and we already know he don't have, you know what I'm saying, a switch hitting jab. So like trying to if Carlos is coming forward and he's trying to punch down, I know Deontay Wilder isn't used to stepping on the back foot, getting separation and popping it out there. So like I said, man, this could be a situation that could be a disaster for Deontay, because it would be expected where people would be less harsh on you if you fought somebody who was top tier notoriety instead of fighting somebody like Carlos Negron. Because if you look bad against a Carlos Negron, the people gonna hammer you for it. If you look bad against somebody that's credible and respectable for it, they gonna at least give you your respect for going out there and fighting somebody that's a dog. You can get dogged the fuck out for fighting a Carlos Negron. That is a fact.
Man, and this is the same dude that got his ass beat by fucking Brazil.
Yeah, man, to touch on what Two Hands said, yeah, I would even say every fight Deontay Wilder has is make or break. Because no matter who he loses to, he's getting it. It doesn't matter the level of opponent anymore. That's what I think. Because the beating that he took and the level of opposition he's faced up to this point, the criticism against him is going to be too much. Maybe that's why he's quiet, because he knows the moment he mentions something, people are going to jump on it.
Bro, he's quiet because Tyson Fury shut him up. That's why he's quiet, bro.
Yeah,
that's exactly why that man's quiet.
The right hand was the right glove was the Q, the left fist was the T. Both of them bitches put him on quiet time.
Put him down. That's why he ain't saying nothing.
Wow. Ego, D up.
His ego is torn up, and all his excuses is coming back. You gotta think, he got his ass beat. During Black History Month, he came out pro-black than a motherfucker, got his ass whooped by a white boy during Black History Month, and then made all the excuses why he lost. Said after the fight, I ain't gonna make no excuses. You know, the better man won, and then all of a sudden, 2 hours later, we got the costume, and then young Pharaoh, who don't know shit about boxing, wants to pop his whole ass up and start talking little shit.
But see, Wilder don't realize, y'all, like he's made it so bad for himself, because now he is potentially put himself into where the position to where the media is going to turn on you, bro.
Yep.
If the media turns on him, he don't have a leg to stand on, because potentially a press conference will be the reason why he catch an L. Because once the truth starts flying out and they don't even care about your boss's opinion or PVC opinion, where you've done burned too many bridges, I think that could become a real major problem for Deontay, and that'll be when he really going to exit from the game. Because I think it should be now. I think 50-50. I think it's kind of 50-50 right now.
Because you gotta think that now, since he don't got nobody that's really finna kiss his ass aside from Stephen A. Smith, who's the only person that's finna suck his left titty like it's no tomorrow. But everybody else, they not finna make no excuses for Wilder like that. They can finna hit him with all the questions and all the hardcore situational questions they finna hit Wilder with. And I don't think Wilder is mentally stable enough to deal with that in the press conference because he's gonna have some questions. Go ahead, dude.
Think about it, fam. He took a whole year off to hide from all questioning that had to do with February 22nd. Then when you come back, you do an interview with somebody who is in the PBC's favor so you could put out another narrative that is so outlandish. See, think about the move here. Instead of making himself available to talk to everybody, he rushed to put out a narrative that blanketed the February 22nd conversation. So you got to say something like your water was spiked and all of this bullshit. So Deontay Wilder, when it comes to that questioning, you're right. It's going to break him. He too mentally weak, bro. He's shown us that. He don't have to say a word for us to know that. It's there.
It's right there. We already know he's going to break down and all of a sudden now all the stuff that, and it's funny that we hear right now because all the shit that I see, all the shit that Two Hands said, all the shit that we said about Wilder, guess what? The shit happened. The shit has came into fruition.
So do we sound like so much of haters now?
Now, are we haters now?
When we were saying he was skill deficient, are we haters now? When he was saying that if he doesn't polish this shit, are we haters now? Are we coons or are we Uncle Toms now? Because I think y'all the motherfuckers that jumped off the Amistad, man. We was already on the side of freedom. We was trying to usher y'all there. So are we haters now?
Are we haters now?
That's why sucking ass has never been healthy. Tell the truth, man. Even to your guy.
Just saying, man, because y'all was quick to call us haters and this, that, the third. I told y'all Wilder wasn't gonna fight Fury the third time. Guess what? Wilder not fighting Fury. I told you he wasn't gonna do it.
It's a known fact, bro. If we all boxing fans here, we know since the beginning of time, nobody who was taking a beating that bad has ever came back for an immediate rematch that I know of.
And you know what? I appreciate you, Ronald, for saying this because there was a few cats that was Wilder fanboys, and then all of a sudden, like, all the heat I was giving Wilder, all the heat. Once he lost to Fury, once it was official that he lost to Fury, all that fanboy shit just trickled down. Just trickled on down. It was still some there, but the vast majority trickled on down.
See, but here's the thing, Ronald. You were never a Wilder fanboy who ever came and interjected in our chat rooms and just went completely out of control. You got some guys that just came over here that just, instead of just listening to, constructive criticism, they just jumped off the rails and just considered every black person that talked about Deontay Wilder as an Uncle Tom. Look, bro, understand this, man. I want everybody to win, bro. I'm proud of who I am. So if I'm critiquing your boy, if I'm critiquing you, I'm critiquing you because, look, man, it has nothing to do with anything other than your profession and what you're doing wrong within your profession. Anything outside of that, bro, that's propaganda, that's narratives. I don't do that shit. But I'm never going to tell you nothing to hurt you. I'm only going to tell you some shit to help you. And if you don't listen to it, it could potentially harm you. Because this is what the position that we've been put into, or we put ourselves into. We could do it the right way or the wrong way. The wrong way is what's gotten you here, bro. The wrong way has gotten you to where you've taken the most humiliating ass whooping in your life. This man has taken your soul. He's been, you know what I'm saying, his chicken nuggets and your girlfriend's sweet and sour sauce. Like, he's just doing whatever he want to do, bro.
For real.
So, look, man, I was trying to save, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to save your girl sweet and sour sauce from Tyson Fury, bro, but it's too late.
And I told y'all, said it plenty of times on my channel. Soon as Wilder fights somebody that stylistically will give him problems, he's going to lose. Once you take the right hand away from him, He has nothing. He don't got no feet. He don't got no jab. So just take the right hand from him. And what did Tyson Fury do in the second fight? He took the right hand from him. He took it from him. He didn't have it. So once he took his ultimate weapon from him, he was nothing. He was food. Y'all mad at me. That bitch. Fuck out of here.
All right. Could you send a greeting out to Rudy from Budland and Rita Sweden? That'd be very cool. Well, greetings to Rudy from Budland and Rita from Sweden. If I butchered that, I'm sorry, but salute to both of y'all. Glad y'all in here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through and fucking with us.
Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Them, he said, Blood Boxing said, them guys calling blacks Uncle Toms are some of the weakest guys on here. Ain't nobody ever said that until I didn't agree with their pawn-like behavior. I mean, and that's the thing.
That's where it goes, man.
That's where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that. I'm going to tell you something. And I said this, and I hate the fact I got to keep saying this shit to niggas. When Wilder first hit the scene, I liked dude. When he fought Bermain Stavern, I wanted him to beat Bermain Stavern. I knew I called him a one-trick pony then when I liked the nigga.
Like, so, I mean, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you, bro.
No, but all I was going to say is I stopped liking Wilder when he started saying stupid shit. The shit that was coming out his mouth. I can't support that. I can't support that.
Here's the thing, man. Like, it's no different. It's no different than opening a bank account and when you put money in there and you follow the flow of the money. If the money isn't necessarily adding up, if the numbers don't match, all you got to do is just follow the transactions. This is no different in the boxing world. We as fans that happen to believe that we have an unbiased perspective, we follow the transactions from when Deontay Wilder's come into the game and what Deontay Wilder has done now. So the record, the fight, the opponents, all of these are receipts to all of the crazy, negative, outlandish BS he's saying. Yo, we take all of these things into consideration. You can be high on yourself, but do that behind closed doors if the opposition isn't adding up. Because if every time you mention one of your oppositions, all I hear is cans jingling behind a freaking wedding band, it don't look good, you know. And that was a majority of his career. So all of my critique falls in the flailing right hand, fighting like a schoolgirl, the unbalance, the unwillingness to, you know what I'm saying, pick up on technique, the lack of you didn't even try to improve. You didn't think anything was wrong after the first fight. You kept hanging on to the fact that the referee didn't count it out at 10 is when you won. All of this is just a collective of a lack of accountability, bro. And as men, we got to be accountable. And you in the one sport where you definitely, where the fans definitely going to hold you accountable. Well, nowadays, I don't know. It's getting kind of tough for people to do that. But, man, we got to hold you accountable, bro.
Yep. And that hitting behind the head shit.
All of this and referee stepping in when you're fighting Luis Ortiz and giving you basically what, you know, is considered by the rule books a standing 8. Cap. I'm just saying, like, yo, they've completely bent. Yo, Deontay Wilder has got fast track to success. He's got to make a lot more money than any other individual who possesses the type of skills he truly has. He has made it way farther than any other individual that I know in boxing who hasn't been as Fugazi or who's made an attempt to be that Fugazi. You could never make it this far in boxing. So Deontay Wilder, you should have been blessed to be a part of the machine and whatever they had going on and just kept it quiet, bro, because your bet would have been humble because you didn't have the skill set to back it up. I've never seen somebody who lacks so much make it financially so far and get put up so high. But once again, it's a new day and age, obviously.
Right on. What you gonna say, P? You gonna say something, PJ?
I'm saying facts, man. Facts. Two Hands needs to be a manager. He needs to manage.
Shit, man.
I can see you being a manager, dude. I can see you doing that. I can actually see you being somebody's manager and running some shit.
Man, shit.
You might need to look into that. That might be another hustle for you.
Shit, I do it in my personal time. Shit, for real. What I want to do is I want to scout talent. I like to scout talent and just bring them out there because I'm like, look, man, you put us in these gyms, man. Let me scout some talent, bro. I'll bring you some surefire hitters. I promise you that. From DC to Baltimore to Virginia, I'll bring you them all.
For real. Because right now I'm working on getting my own gym. I'm gonna try to get that in like another like 3-4 years. Right now, I'm just trying to stack my money up and get my own little gym.
You want to know the best way you could do it to start building towards that? Bro, you could use, that's the beauty about having, the internet. You could basically start being a personal trainer from your own home or whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying? And as the income evolves and then turn it into a gym, because bro, you can have bigger audience of people that that's filing into your sessions by just being on the, computer. So don't let a location slow you down, fam. You definitely got options when it comes to that, for real.
Got you. Good look.
Manager, see?
hey, you just managed them dudes. You don't even know. He was just my manager.
I'm trying to get all my boys to the money.
Shoot. We got the manager in the building of the NBBC, bro. He get us all the shows. He do all the traveling. He book everything. That's Deuce right there. Bam.
Hey man,
so if you want us to get
bookings, we got it.
Hit up that nigga Deuce. He gonna set up all of the venues, the location, everything go through him. Deuce is the official manager of the NBBC right now. He's the official manager.
NBBC management, man. We got it.
My nigga. For sure. Boom, you got 20 bands just sitting here waiting. Bro, I done told your black ass too many goddamn times. I ain't fucking with you when it come to bets. Cause your ass got too much fucking money to lose. I don't. Nigga, I got bills and shit. Nigga gonna say 20 bands, just like I got it like that. Like, you want to put 20 bands on it? Like, what the fuck? Like who? Goodness. Like what? Where do I got 20 bands just laying around so I can just bet mob on some shit? I barely got 2. This nigga talking about 20.
It's a lot of people. Believe it or not, it's a large percentage in America that ain't even got 2. Boom, real rap. Like for real. It's a lot of motherfuckers that ain't even got 500 in their account right now.
I'm gonna hit your line. But I want to touch on. Hey, do you know who is going to be Selecki's replacement since Selecki got injured for the Jaime Munguia fight? Y'all know who Selecki's replacement is?
No, I wanted it to be Selecki. Damn.
Yeah, Selecki injured. He out.
People probably like 2 hands. You such a hater. You only wanted to be a Selecki because you think Selecki got a huge chance of putting pause on this dude and exposing him. He does, man. Jaime don't have no defense. Jaime just got he's got a decent offense. I feel like he should just keep polishing that because his head is gonna be nothing more than a sock and bopper his entire career. He's never gonna be moved and be defensively sound. Just teach him, to operate forward, shift the shoulders, and just work in the high guard. That would be the best recipe you could do for Jaime. But when it comes to him fighting Makhachev Selecki, I felt like Selecki was going to bring it to him. He wasn't going to quit on him. Jaime was going to have to really try to, soften this guy up, you know what I mean? And bring, and take the toughness up out of him. But I felt like Selecki was going to give him hell. And now that Selecki isn't in it, damn, that kind of disappointed me because that was an underrated good fight. And I was going to bet on Selecki. Regardless of whether I felt Selecki was going to lose or not, he definitely still got a chance of beating Jaime Munguia. Just like a lot of people, underrated people, got a chance of beating Jaime Munguia if they get in the ring with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Selecki was going to get him, man. I did. I thought Selecki was really going to get boy. And when I heard he got injured, I'm like, that's not right.
Since we're going here, why isn't there a push considering Golden Boy, the Zone, they do business like this? Hand in hand. Why isn't the bad investment that is Triple G, a.k.a., you know what I'm saying, the bad skin Hulk Hogan? You know what I mean? Like why aren't they making Triple G? and Demetrius Andrade fight, or Jaime Munguia and Demetrius Andrade fight, or Jaime Munguia and Triple G fight, or create some type of tournament and make them get them belts off, man. Like there should be no reason them
I
dudes
think
are
it's
sitting
literally
right
what they were saying, bro. It's the money. It's like what PJ said. What he said, it's the money. Triple G, if he lose, stock drop. Jaime, if he lose, stock drop. So they can't afford that. They not Don King, bro. It ain't like Don King didn't give a fuck. Don King putting them in there. Like, all right, look, I don't give a fuck. Both, it don't matter. Whoever wins is who I'm leaving with. Like, if I come in with Jaime, Selecki win, I'm leaving with Selecki. If I'm coming in with Selecki, Jaime win, I'm leaving with Jaime. It was very simple for Don. But these motherfuckers don't have the game and the wherewithal to do it like that, or they don't want to do it like that, or they don't want to seem shady like that. But to me, that's how the game goes.
I peep the shit though. Every time it seemed like these dudes finally getting up in a position to fight somebody where it's supposed to be, you know, competitive competition, I don't really see it like that. I see it so-called being a lower level risk, higher level reward kind of thing. Like it does have some level of risk to it, but it's not the risk you truly believe. Like on paper, it looks more risque than what it really is. And that's what these dudes do. Let them go around fighting a bunch of average tier dudes, then put them in a fucking fight with somebody where it makes it look like it has some form of risk, but you just been coddling or protecting these bum ass defenseless Charlies the whole fucking time. And I'm sorry, man. Jaime Munguia, bro, like one of y'all motherfuckers got to fight Andre, man. Like, y'all just can't sit around there. Y'all like, yo, look, they all can't sit there, bro. And Triple G, look, this is my thing. At Eddie Hearn, this is more geared specifically at you. Because I don't give you enough smoke. Because we all know I like Eddie, but you deserve smoke on this one. You were pushing on the gas that Triple G and Andre need to be the fight. You shouldn't have got up off of that shit. Now, if you want to come at Canelo about giving him too much money, at least Canelo fought somebody, might not have been the person I was happy about him fighting, but shit, at least he fought a Danny Jacobs, a 37-year-old Kovalev. At least he fought a couple niggas over there like that. Who has Triple G fought other than Sergey Derevyanchenko? He's basically stole the whole $50 to $70 million bag and got how many fights on his contract at the age of what? And you not making him fight? Nah, man, that's BS to me, man. Like Triple G it's been nothing but highway robbery with Triple G. He need to squabble, bro.
He not gonna squabble nobody unless it's Canelo. He want that Canelo win the Canelo sweep.
But he turned it down.
Oh,
he had
shit,
opportunity
really?
to fight Canelo. He turned it down and said he want a tune-up. So you took a tune-up instead of taking the Canelo bag. So guess what? At that point, I'm like, yo, for Eddie Hearn not to jump down that man's throat for even saying that, bro, it's just like, bro, you know he been trying to recoup. And you know we've been treating you like
you there for.
Like, yo, I swear to God, they act like they got Triple G moving around the zone's freaking facility in a wheelchair with a cup of Jello in his fucking hand or something like that.
That's what they brought him to the zone for in the first place, was to also help promote the third Triple G Canelo fight. Even though I wasn't excited about it, but I knew that was the ploy, that was the plan.
And turns it down, and nobody says shit about it. And he's just been he's had the most lackluster performances since he signed the zone. Ducked Andre. Duck the third Canelo fight because you wanted to tune up and everything, and we letting you get by fighting who? Nobody.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going with Boots too. I'm going with Boots too, Mondo.
Of course, gotta be Boots.
I don't think Lipinet's got it for him. I don't.
Lipinet's hit hard and all of that, but Boots got too much. Boots got too much of the sweet science with him. You know what I'm saying? Too much movement. He ain't gonna be able to fade it, man.
Boots is someone to watch. I think he's someone to watch personally.
Sensational fight. I love his style.
I think you're gonna get him out of there 6 to 8. I don't think it's gonna go 9. I say 6
I
to
hope
8.
Boots just goes out there and just shows them the signs, man. Just let him feel the jab, bring the uppercut, get around the ring, make it look good. You know what I'm saying? And just flex and flow on him, stab him with some real hard shots, you know, and just let the knockout come through him through beautiful boxing, man. Because I just like seeing Boots in the ring, man. Because he's hyper talented, bro. He's got all of the tools, man. I just like watching the guy fight, man.
Me
I
too.
just like to see him just straight dominate for real.
And I want to see him fight Virgil. That's what I want to see. Is him and Virgil. That's what I really want to see. Is him and Virgil.
Skill-wise, Boots got more skill than Virgil. Opposition-wise, Virgil has been in the ring with more consistent opposition than Boots. Boots' last 2 opponents been his best opponents. Other than that, it's kind of like, who the hell has he fought? But his last 4 opponents have been credible, respectable opponents at his 17-0, with his 17-0 record that he has right now. So it would be a hell of a fight. I just think that Boots and his natural intangibles and natural skill-wise, he just has a lot more than what Virgil brings to the table. And that's a hard thing to say, considering Virgil brings so much to the table. It's just, you know, Boots' flow is just a lot better.
Got you. I just think it's a good fight. They was both coming up as prospects at the same time, so I feel like
I think those are the fights that set up, you know, super fights here in the near future. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at the collision course these guys are already on, and the trails they blazing already, you know, you can see it. You can see it coming down the line. But see, the thing I like about the Virgil Ortizes, the Boots Ennises, and, you know, the Ryan Garcias and the Devin Haney's, all these guys right now, look at the people they're fighting right now. They're already fighting people that'll please you. So if they're already willing to put forth this type of effort right now, all you can do is look forward to, you know, a pretty fruitful, you know, future in boxing. So I commend the young guys and the work they're putting in right now, because they are on the right track.
What up, Coach Stokes?
Cokie,
what it do? Hey, if you got some time for your mind, man, slide on here. I'm gonna be on here for a little bit. I'll be up on here for a little. I got you, Mob. I got you. Well, you know what? Y'all keep saying that the Boots and Ortiz fight is for the future. If y'all haven't learned nothing about what we've seen in boxing today, that shit might not happen in the future, bruh. All it takes is for one fighter to lose, or for one fighter to get to a certain plateau in the sport, and then it's going to come the excuses. Then the narrative is going to start coming. You know, it's going to be Ortiz ain't fought nobody, or Boots ain't fought nobody, or his style is this. So it's going to be something. It's always something, bruh. So I don't see them fighting in the future like that. I don't see it happening. Not in the future, like way distant. I think they could fight in the next 2 to 3 years, to be honest.
The thing about their situation is they are dominant fighters, and other individuals at 147 are dominant fighters, and they're holding titles. So it's just like, you know, what position are they going to be in? What side of the street are they going to be on, or whatever, to get in position to fight these guys who hold titles? Now, you know, Virgil, you know, Terrence Crawford will make a fight with anybody, but it's like Terrence Crawford's at a position in his career where he's looking for career-defining pay-per-view fights at 147. He ain't really looking for the Virgil Ortiz fight or a Boots Ennis fight, you know, prospect. You know, they're more prospects to him. He's looking for more career-defining fights. And then, you know, Errol Spence and all of the games he plays. So, like, yo, these dudes, I don't know. Like, 147 is a hell of a fucking trick bag with a lot of talent, man. I don't know how them fights will come across. It might be more realistic for them dudes to fight one another and create a big bag. But it would still have to come down to the near and distant future.
What I'm saying, Mob, is y'all be saying future, that shit be like 5-10 years down the road. Cause Bud been at fucking 147 for almost 2-3 years now, or some shit like that. And when he first came to the division, motherfucker was like, yeah, he gonna fight Earl in the future. It's 3 years, 2-3 years that went by. Is it good enough future yet? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta wait. What? 154? Oh, he talking about watch the 54 division. Yeah, 54 is finna be lit. But I'm saying for Virgil Ortiz and Boots, futuristic for me, 2-3 years. not know how they doing shit now, where it's like 5 and 6, damn near 10 years. They trying to wait a nigga out till he fucking as old as fucking dirt to make a fight happen. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. I'm saying based on the boxers of today, when they say future, that shit is either not gonna happen or that shit is like 5, 6, 10 years later. We fans, we think in 1, 2 years. Hell, Wilder said he was gonna freeze Dillian White for 2 to 3 years. Niggas still didn't fight him.
Yeah, man. Look, this is the thing, right? Like, okay, so I'm gonna ask this then. So does it come to a point to where it's like, all right, well, building fights is becoming overrated, then motherfuckers should just be all let off the chain and they should just fight whatever top talent is available to them at any given time? But there's got to be some form of building block process too. So it's just like, everybody's learning curve is a bit different. So it's just like, one person is always going to jump off the porch before another individual. But we've seen where marinating fights have gone wrong in the sense of Deontay Wilder because he didn't take him and he got beat by Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury then took his food. Now with these other young cats, 147, I feel like if I'm not seeing any progress being moved between the title holders that are there, unless they are only circulating on the PBC side of the street and we're not willing to play fair, I feel like that is the division I would try to not even, reside at. I'm either going to go to 154 if my body can go to 154, or I'm going to try to campaign at 140 where it's realistic, where you got guys like Taylor and Ramirez meeting up in May and shit like that.
Fighting at 40, bro. They fighting.
That's what I'm saying. 147, there's never going to be a situation where you're going to see, the Lord of the Rings consistently switch because, like, look at what's going on now. We one big beacon of frustration when it comes to 147 due to the lack of progress that it has now. But it is overly saturated. It's an overly saturated pool full of hella talent. Cute.
Oh, my little babies. But yeah, so I really think that the 147 division is kind of like the heavyweight. It's like a diva division now. You know what I mean? The fighters at 140, they fighting. Fighters at 35. I was hoping 35 that they was gonna start fighting. I was hoping, but don't look like they finna fight at 35. Tiafimo starting to get on his diva hype now too. And I'm like, and I was big on T.O.
I don't know what they trying to build down there, right? It's like, Teofimo Lopez is about to be underneath, underneath the scrotum sack of a Legends Only fight. Like on Triller. But, I don't know what Ryan Garcia's plan really is. I don't know if it really is authentically. I don't know how authentic it truly is to say that Ryan Garcia won an interim title to be Devin Haney's, interim title to Devin Haney's belt to go talk some Tank Davis shit at 130, then to go fucking smoke out Javier Fortuna, who's done absolutely nothing in God knows how long, to us saying that might not even be potentially the opponent now. So it comes to a point to where it's like, we gotta put this shit back in line. Like, what is Ryan Garcia really doing? Devin Haney has made it evident what he's trying to do because he said he was trying to fight them dudes, didn't get them dudes, said it was going to be Javier Fortuna and Jorge Linares. It happens to be Jorge Linares right now. I'm not opposed to Ryan Garcia fighting the Javier Fortuna, but what does Javier Fortuna do for you that Devin Haney and that WBC belt doesn't?
My thing is how you get yourself. That's like, Deuce, you beat this dude in your next fight. If you so choose, your mission, if you so choose to take it, you got the world title right there. All you gotta do is reach out and go get that thing. That's it. And you say, nah, I'm good. I want to fight this other cat in a lower weight class, or I want to try to claim to fight this dude 2 weight classes higher than me. It's like, bro, why wouldn't you not want to exercise your right to win a world title? Why wouldn't you do that? That don't make no sense. You're in a position to be a world champion. Now you a clout champ.
You want to know what that shit mean? This nigga scared.
Yep, 100%.
If you going down to 130, you can't tell me anything about Tank Davis being in a smaller weight class and more appealing, because I'm going to tell you, all of them dudes got buzz. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney got enough buzz. If you was to go ahead and put them two dudes on a poster and announce that fight, yo, everybody watching. Everybody watching. It's an exciting young fight with two guys with hella appeal. They got, you know what I'm saying, strong followings. People are going to buy the tickets, and they talented. You know, so all of this talking about, yo, we need to make the fight bigger, we need to do this and do that. Nah, that's just enough. That's just another way of saying we not ready. So people understand that when you've gone fully in that direction, you could, because when you're fighting in an interim title fight, you're committed to making that fight happen. And here's the fact. You can see it goes farther beyond just Ryan Garcia. It goes to the WBC as well in favoritism and trying to help out. Because this is what Mauricio Suleiman does. You order Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. As you know, Devin Haney can't back up out that fight. The only one that can is Jorge Linares. And instead, you order Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna. Why not order the interim WBC title holder versus the WBC title holder, so that way you can go ahead and clear that up? You didn't want to do it because you would have put Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia in the position of where, okay, only one or two of them can back out of the situation. And that one of their two would have been Ryan Garcia. So if Ryan Garcia would have backed out and didn't take that fight that the WBC would have ordered, he could have been the only person that's looked at as a duck. And they don't want that for their pretty boy. So that's why they ordered Javier Fortuna versus Ryan Garcia, a fight that don't make no goddamn sense.
100%. And they're learning from the 147-pound division. When my boy Terence Crawford, who no one wants smoke with, when Danny Garcia was the mandatory, what happened all of a sudden? Danny Garcia was talking about moving to 154. What happened when Porter was called to fight him? He priced himself out. We're seeing the same thing with 135 right now. They're all playing ring around the roses around each other. They don't want smoke, man.
Like that whole 4-man tournament shit, that shit's so lame, because if it's a 4-man tournament, why wouldn't you have the two guys that are holding the titles fight each other and then, you know, let Javier Fortuna and Jorge Linares figure that out? It's bullshit to me, man. These niggas putting these dudes in petition, man, because it's all about protected interest, man. Period. You're not going in the direction of Javier Fortuna and niggas wanting to order that shit and like that shit makes no sense, regardless of whatever. It's exactly what it looked like, man. 2 + 2 = 4. It always has, man. It's never equal 22.
Yeah, and my thing is with the whole little the Virgil Ortiz Bud thing. I'm so tired of people sitting there every time they hear that shit. Well, Virgil Ortiz called out Bud and he and Bud didn't do this. Like, bruh, leave that shit alone. Because as soon as somebody call out Errol Spence in that division, y'all not gonna have that energy. Y'all not gonna be all Earl didn't say. Y'all not gonna do that. Terrence Bud Crawford is a world champion, 147 pounds. All right. Period. So if y'all not gonna have the energy, that same energy towards Errol Spence that y'all got towards Bud, miss me with that. Because I'm not hearing it. Y'all can come up with every narrative, every excuse y'all want to come up with in the world. I'm not hearing it. I'm not. Because Bud could win a WBO strap at 47, right? Or he could be undisputed at 140, meaning he got all the belts. He has every belt at that division. But he can't exercise his right to fight for all the belts at the next division. He can't do that. But everybody else can. Teofimo can. Tank Davis can. Ryan Garcia can. Jamal Charlo can. Castano can. Canelo can. Demetrius Andrade can. Billy Joe Saunders can. But Terence Crawford, he can't do this.
I'm just saying, man, like they just set motherfuckers up for the dumbest shit. And it's just like, yo, follow that shit. Like I don't even like, yo, I'm still trying to make sense of it. It's just like, what the fuck sense does it make for you to even try to attempt to say, hey, the winner of Javier Fortuna and Devin Haney The winner of Devin Haney and Jorge Linares fight Javier Fortuna. The fuck?
Like Javier Fortuna the champ. Like he the champ. Ain't that a bitch?
Look, man.
We need a super.
It don't take Ray Charles to see what it is, man.
We need a super.
Bruh, from the grave.
Where the fuck is Javier Fortuna been, man?
Man. Bullshit, bro. The way that they do these, y'all don't have the same energy. I'd have got you a link, IBT, but I'm finna end this real quick because I gotta go give them with my babies. Finna go play with them, chill with them for a little bit because it's finna be nap time in like an hour, and I gotta get my little play time with my babies before they go to bed. I do it every day. You know, it's only right. He said, America, we produce, hold up. PA says, America, we produce a great fighter in boxing, dominated for years, Ali, Iron Mike, Evander, Money May, and more. Beyonce Wilder was a wrong boxing American cherry picker, tomato can. Meaning, true. But he's not the fighter that we finna just say represents the whole country as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I get it what you're saying pertaining to heavyweight boxing, but there are other fighters that are American that do give the sport some justice of today. They just don't get the proper respect. Throwback fighters in this era get no respect. But the fighters that are changing with the times, that are okay with all the foolery and shit that's going on, they're getting the most praise. They're getting the most attention. They're getting the most love. They're getting the most admiration and respect and fans and following and all that shit. But the fighters that really want to fight everybody, that's really willing to fight any and everybody, win, lose, or draw, don't care. They in the hurt business to hurt motherfuckers. They in the fight game to fight people. They're not in the fight game for fame. They in the fight game because they like to fight. They enjoy that. Some of these fighters got in the game because they can fight, but they want the publicity and the money. That's bigger. They don't care about being the best in this game. They don't. They don't at all.
And guess what? I don't care about them motherfuckers neither.
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to cut it short though. I have to get back with my babies. Thank y'all for everybody that slid through in the chat, man. God bless y'all. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you, PJ, for sliding on the panel. You already know you're always welcome. And I need you, PJ, to get a fucking avatar so I know who the fuck you is. Because the last motherfucker that did that shit was showing dicks and pussies and shit on my shit. You know what I'm saying? So please.
Whoa. I don't know how to get an avatar.
This nigga said he was showing DPs on that job.
Yeah, bro. He was showing all kinds of shit. So just get an avatar so I know it's you. Get your own unique avatar so I know it's you. You feel me?
All right, cool.
You always welcome, PJ, to join the panel. You know what I'm saying? Always love, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, appreciate you both, man. Thank you, DT.
Sure, man.
Thank you, Two Hands, manager Two Hands, and then DT, the guy. Gonna get all these boxes out of here, you know what I mean? In his new gym. Wait, you guys are sleeping on these two, you know. I'm telling you, you're sleeping on these guys. You just wait. With all this knowledge that's in this chat, in this forum right now, it's gonna go somewhere, believe me.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I
did get a question though. I do got to touch on this question because Ralph asked me this like 3 times, and I got to answer this question. I ain't in that much of a hurry, and I also want to see if Asian Money got to take on it too. What do y'all think of Jared Anderson? I'm gonna start off with
big baby, a future heavyweight champion.
I think he's gonna be a future heavyweight champ. That's what I think. His head movement. His movement, period, is nasty. And I like his punch selection. I like how he put his punches together. I just like his overall style. I just like how he do. I just like his style. I think he's good for heavyweight boxing since Ring IQ. I'm gonna go and say his motherfucking name. Ring IQ said heavyweights don't really move their head much. It's the heavyweights that don't move their head a lot. Well, Jared Anderson is a heavyweight that does move his head. He does have head movement. I like Jared Anderson. I see him being a future heavyweight champ. I guess we all in agreement.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Jared Anderson, he's the real deal. Now, he got a lot of skills, like DT3 said. He's a natural fighter. He started at a very young age. He has natural skills. And on top of that, he has punching power. He's only 22 years old. I think this guy right here has what it takes to become the next Riddick Bowe. You know, a lot of skills, a lot of speed, a lot of power. And a matter of fact, he was Tyson Fury's lead sparring partner in preparation in that Deontay Wilder rematch. So he helped Tyson Fury get ready for Wilder. So I think Jared Anderson will be the next great American heavyweight, man. I think he's gonna bring the championship back to America. Definitely, he got a very good team around him, including Jay Prince from Rap A Lot Records, who worked with Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, and of course Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? So I like what Jared Anderson is doing.
And we got an echo. So if somebody talking, just everybody get on mute when one person talking, because we got a bad echo. But yeah, I think he's gonna be the next heavyweight champ, next great heavyweight, American heavyweight. He's going to show y'all, if that were to happen, if that comes to the picture to be true, he's going to show you what heavyweight boxing is supposed to look like. And that's
all
what
I'm gonna say is, everybody who like whoever at the top, all I'm saying is, when he come up that jump, just get out the way. Just get out the way, because they ain't gonna be there no more.
What's his name? Jared
Anderson. Jared Anderson.
The real big baby, Jared Anderson.
Yeah.
Boy, the truth.
Real rap.
Boy, the truth.
Good,
only time will tell, and I'm a good judge of character, so you know. Yeah, he gonna put some proper pain in. All I can say is just, man, look, whoever up there, just go ahead and bite the bullet and
move out the way.
Take it how you gonna have to get it, man.
Cause you gonna get it.
You gonna get it.
Believe that. But that's all the time I got, y'all. Appreciate y'all sliding in, man. Deuce, you already know what to do. Take us out of here.
As we always say at the end of the shit, man, they call she not the bad nigga, don't mind, man. The BCC family, man. 555, you with the DT, 3 to 4, man. 2 hands, man. BJH money, man. Y'all know how we do this shit. 5-5.